What's up guys, so there was a lot of mixed emotions about this year's E3 2018, but there was some actual good stuff in there that they gave away for free for us to play today. So today we're going to be looking at 3 free-to-play games from E3. Now while most of these games are on console, I don't think any of them are free to play on console. I think this is only a PC deal. Now even if you don't have a PC, but are planning on getting one at some point, you should still be able to claim them as long as you have a Steam account or Ubisoft account. That way you can play them when you do have a PC. Now all 3 of these games are free to play, but you have to claim or download them before a certain date, and when you do, you'll own them forever. I'll talk about the dates on each game when I get to each game. First, we'll start off with my least favorite, which is Layers of Fear. This is my least favorite just because I've still yet to play it. I actually already have this game on Xbox because I believe it was a free game with Games with Gold, but again, I still haven't played it, although it does look very interesting and it is described as like a psychological horror game, and it being a horror game is just another reason that I haven't played it. It actually has a 9 out of 10 on Steam though, which really surprised me because I never really heard anything about this game back when it came out. So yeah, that's tomorrow morning, which I should have given you a little bit more time, but I had no idea this was coming out for free until earlier. But if you're watching this after the 15th and you missed out on it, don't worry, there's still 2 more games to go and they don't end till later. Next up we have For Honor. But this is a little different because it's the For Honor Starter Edition, not the full game. These Starter Editions are something that Ubisoft is starting to do. They do the same thing with Rainbow Six Siege on PC, and I think that's the reason that this isn't free on console, because console doesn't have any of the Starter Editions that I'm aware of. These Starter Editions are much cheaper than the actual game. I absolutely hate these Starter Editions, but right now it's free, so it's totally worth it. It's free up until June 18th, and you'll have to download it from the Ubisoft game launcher Uplay. You may be able to claim it without the Uplay game launcher by just going in on the internet and then signing in and claiming it on Ubisoft's website, but I'm not sure, and I don't think you'd be able to even play it that way, but you could probably claim it that way. The main reason that they're doing this right now and making it free is to promote their new DLC coming for For Honor, which is Marching Fire, which was also announced at E3. I actually used to be a huge fan of this game. I was known as the best Orochi in the lands and possibly the best warden. Then I had to retire my sword because of the constant lag issues and bugs that made this game completely unplayable. But now they seem to have fixed most of the issues that were affecting this game, which is still pretty sad because the player base on this game used to be huge and I don't see it being that big right now. Hopefully it gets a little revival from this. It's very similar to Battlefront 2 in the way that Battlefront 2 was a huge game coming out and then everything killed it with the loot boxes, bugs, but mostly loot boxes, and then the player base just isn't there after they fixed everything. Pretty similar to this, but hopefully it does bring in some more people. Hopefully you guys download this game and start playing because it is a really fun game. And they also have this really promising DLC called Marching Fire coming soon. But the downside to this free version, the Starter Edition, is that you don't have access to as many things as the original game people have, and to unlock different things it is a lot harder to do. The grind is insane, which again is just like the Starter Edition to Rainbow Six Siege. If you've played that, you pretty much know what you're going into with For Honor Starter Edition. The grind is just insane to get characters. But again, it's a free game, so how can you really complain right now? And if you do get addicted to it, you can buy the Standard Edition, which actually doesn't cost a whole lot. I just advise using a controller on this game because this game is insanely difficult to control with a mouse and keyboard. At least for me it is. And again, you can get this game on Uplay for free until June 18th. Now, my favorite game on this list is Quake Champions, which you can also pick up for free until June 18th. But you can actually get this game from either Steam or Bethesda's game launcher, since this is a Bethesda game. You can even claim it on both Steam and the Bethesda game launcher at the same time, although I don't really think it matters. I went ahead and claimed it on both though, just for my Steam account. I have it on both. In terms of first-person shooters right now, Quake is probably one of the most underrated games out there. It's so smooth and it plays so well, and I always wanted to play it, but I never felt like forking out the money for it. But now with it being free, I decided to get it, and I'm so addicted to it right now. I haven't been addicted to a first-person shooter game like this in so long. Quake is one of the biggest reasons you didn't see any Layers of Fear gameplay in the part that I just talked about, Layers of Fear. I'm just in love with this game and don't feel like playing anything else right now. Plus, I kind of wanted to show some of my clips in this game because I just started playing this game and it's really easy to learn. And at first, when I seen the reviews on Steam for Quake, I was so confused because it's labeled as mixed, meaning a lot of people liked the game, but a ton of people also disliked it. But if you look at recent reviews, it's actually rated very positively. And I'm guessing the negative reviews were due to old bugs and things like that are most likely all fixed right now. I didn't really suffer from any issues in the game except for lag every once in a while, which really wasn't that bad. But again, Quake is very easy to get into. You start off, you have a class, you can pick a different one. I think they have like these free classes, like it says for like 6 days or something like that, and then you buy them with points. There are microtransactions in here for like the coins that you use to buy things, but really they're not necessary at all. But yeah, you pick a class, it only really affects your ability, which is just one thing that you use for the F key. Every other weapon you have to go through and pick up while you're playing the game, except for your starting weapon, and you keep them until you die. It's a very simple game to play, and the best thing I can compare it to is a fast-paced version of Overwatch mixed in with like a drop of Halo. I know if there's any Quake fans watching this, they probably hate me for saying that, but it's probably the best comparison to make. But yeah, this game is so underrated. I highly suggest getting it, especially right now because it's free. Even if you're watching this at a later date and you have to pay for it, I highly suggest buying it. It's one of my favorite games out there right now. And best of all, it's made by Bethesda, which is really surprising when you play this game. They don't really specialize in like multiplayer games, but it's actually made very well. If this game was on console or even just left as a free-to-play game, I could see it being one of the top games out there. And again, you can pick this up for free from either Steam or the Bethesda game launcher until June 18th. Hopefully you were able to get some of these free-to-play games before they went back to regular price. If not, I still highly suggest getting these games. For Honor and Quake Champions are both great games. Layers of Fear also seems like a great game, I just haven't played it yet. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and hopefully I see you guys in the next video. See ya!